honestly, guys, I literally cannot believe it. I'm sitting here, I was getting ready to shoot some videos, see on the news. You guys probably have seen the news. If you have not, I might be breaking the news to you, but it was announced not long ago that Tina Turner has passed away. Honestly, this is devastating to me, as it is to so many of us. It's one of these moments, and I'm curious to know how you guys feel, but it's one of these moments, like there were a number of people, like some stars that have passed away, that I literally remember exactly where I was, what I was doing, like the shot that I had at the time. Michael Jackson. I remember literally exactly where I was when Michael Jackson died. I was judging the Miss New York pageant. It was a number of years ago. I remember we were on a van getting ready to go to the judges' dinner, and we heard it on the news in New York State, where the pageant was. I remember that. Whitney Houston, hearing that Whitney Houston died, I remember where I was. Same thing with Prince. And I know you guys probably feel the same way. And maybe there probably are other stars that you are absolute fans of and love. The fact that Tina Turner has passed, literally, it's almost like it's kind of unbelievable in a way. I mean, there's so many things that she, I think, is to a lot of people, not just the music, right? But so much more. She has passed at the age of 83. First of all, we are sending prayers and love to her family, to her friends, to her loved ones. A few things I learned about her that I didn't know that I wanted to share. And, you know, as a physician and my videos with you guys, I talk about health stuff predominantly. Even when I mention celebrities, it's always in the vein of health, because that's the way that I connect with people, and that is what I do. But there are some health challenges that I didn't realize Tina Turner either has been having or had, and maybe you guys had heard about these or knew. I made a list of a couple of things, and if you read some articles that are out there, there's a number. Obviously, it's all over the news. There's a number of articles. But apparently she had a stroke in 2013. I didn't know that. And if she's 83 now, that means she was probably in her 70s. You know, that's absolutely a shame. And I don't know that I knew that she had a stroke in 2013. Also, I'm reading my notes. She had intestinal cancer. She was diagnosed with intestinal cancer in 2016. I didn't know that, and I haven't seen anywhere that lists any more specific what intestinal cancer means. Obviously, the intestines are very long. There's a small intestine, large intestine. We don't know which part of the intestinal tract or the GI system it was, whether it was the stomach or the colon or the rectum or the whatever, esophagus. I don't know, okay? But it does say intestinal cancer. And then one thing and this one I really didn't know, and this is a big deal, not necessarily any bigger deal than the others, but it is a big deal in and of itself. In fact, all of these are big: cancer, stroke. She had a kidney transplant in 2017. Guys, a kidney transplant any transplant is a big deal. It often requires people take, and I'm looking at the TV, and she's on the TV. This was, they're showing her now. Let me see if I can turn the camera so you guys can see. They're showing her now, like you see when this was what, maybe back in the 80s, when she had like the big hair, frizzy hair. Oh my God, love Tina Turner. Love. Oh my God, there she is. But anytime we have a transplant, it generally and usually requires people take immunosuppressants or medications that can keep their immune system from fighting the transplant. And not only is a transplant a major operation, undergoing a transplant is a major endeavor, and having a transplanted organ is a huge thing, along with the medications that generally people have to take. Having transplanted organs. Oh, guys, this is when she was. I love this hair. Oh my God, that's the hair I totally remember, like that big hair. Obviously you guys see it, and they showed a picture of her, and literally, like, I'm gonna have to get back to the TV so I can like watch all this coverage. But they showed a picture of her when she was in the band Ike and Tina. I'm gonna talk about that too. So health conditions, transplant, stroke, also intestinal cancer, but I would say, and I'm sure she had other things, health things going on, just as people do, right? But I think the biggest health condition that she had or that she endured. And by the way, I see a lot of you guys writing in. Put an emoji, your favorite emoji in the comments if you love Tina Turner. Write your favorite song in the comments that you love, a song that takes you back that you love. Just send your love to Tina in the comments, because that's what we're here to do. But one of the things I wanted to say was, I think the biggest and probably most profound health condition that she underwent is not maybe a direct health condition, but certainly something that she endured that affected her health. And that is, she was a victim of domestic violence. Huge. And that is one thing that so many of us know, right? If you guys saw the movie What's Love Got to Do with It, you read her books. She's got an autobiography. She might have written more than one book, I don't know. She's been on Oprah over the years. I mean, she's talked openly about her story, and you guys probably remember that story. I remember the scene in the movie, I think it was What's Love Got to Do with It, when it was Ike and Tina, they were on tour or something like that, and he like beat her almost to a pulp. And I guess he had fallen asleep in the hotel room. They were supposed to play a show later that night or the next day, I don't know. He beat her to a pulp, and she managed to escape, I guess, while he was sleeping. She literally is running across the street. I remember the scene in the movie where she's running across the street. You guys remember this? She's running across the street. It's like a busy street, and I don't even know if she had shoes on. Her face is bloodied. She's swollen. She's like black and blue, bloody, literally running across the street. She goes to a hotel or a motel, and she runs in, and she looks literally like she's been beaten, because she has been. She's frantic. I don't even think she has shoes or something like that. She might have had, not even all her clothes on. In the movie, I think she did, but you know how that goes. She said, something like, I'm Tina Turner. I'm supposed to be performing here with my husband. He beats me. Can you help me?
Ladies and gentlemen, as experts talk about the death of Tina Turner, yes, the rock and roll legendary artist, it is being informed that she died at the age of 83, and experts have already explained the cause of death and how it can be avoided. Tina Turner died of intestinal cancer and kidney issues. However, she had suffered a stroke at the age of 75, yes, and ever since that time, her life has not been the same again. But the cause of death is really frustrating and devastating to her fans and family, and we continue to pray for her to rest in peace.